Hi, this is Sherry Veronica. This shows that Ralph Thorne, they're desperate. He is pulling straws. He's just desperate. This one here has worked up a sweat, and all he's doing is just standing there. They are desperate. Now, Felicia Dujon may be a good person in her life, in her real life, but in politics, how does she fit in? How would Felicia fit herself into such a dirty game? I remember saying the same thing about Ronnie Yearwood. Remember Ronnie? I said the same thing about him. How would someone like Ronnie Yearwood associate himself in the arena of politics? Now, she is like kind of religious, kind of very religious, and when you are religious, your mind is closed. You are one-sided, you are jaded, you kind of think you have the upper hand on people. How do you relate? How can you relate to people if you have such religiosity? I mean, if you are like thumping a particular thing, how do you relate to all sorts of people that would make up this particular constituency? Now she's hoping to be the successful candidate for St. James North, since you already know that the BLP for that area quit. He's not just going to a different party, he just quit. So she's hoping that this particular demographic will pick her over a BLP candidate, because they're, Mia is going to put someone to run to take that position back from the person who resigned. Not back, but to pick up the slack from the person who resigned. It shows if Ralph Thorne has her as the candidate. You know that lady that came up, that fierce person came out and called Mia Motley a dinosaur, or whatever she called Mia Motley, calling Mia Motley names. And you know the other people from the DLP that says that Mia Motley is this and that, and and you show her qualification. Can you see Felicia on a podium talking and behaving that badly, that poorly, and being degrading to the female leader of the BLP, or saying things that sound really dirty, but you get away with it because it's the silly season. They call it the silly season. Can you imagine Felicia Dujon working herself down to vibrate that low to garner a seat in St. James North? Can you imagine what she will have to do? She will have to climb a tree, like real up the tree, and show her ass. Can you imagine her doing that? I cannot imagine her doing that. And for them to pick her, to be the candidate, it shows desperation. To me, in my opinion, it shows desperation. He's a joke. He's a joke. And what do you know what that is there? I don't know. Do you know what that is there? Is that the liver? The liver that has a whole lot of stuff that's pushed out like that. It's really a shame that they don't have anywhere to go. Not that the person on the BLP ticket looks any better than this. The BLP guy, yeah, he got some stuff going on too. But it shows desperation when they pick her, and she should not be in politics with the. She's jaded. She has a crack. She has she's bent. She has a tick, for the sweet Jesus. That ain't gonna work, because even now, as you can see, that Vibe Cartel was in Barbados. Has she seen how Barbadians behave? Is she seeing what's going on in Barbados and what comes out from the crevices when someone like Vibe Cartel shows up? Where did they get all that that money from? They complain they don't have any money. They complain they can't do this, they can't do that. But yet, they show up. And they're pretty strong, because to get on your head and do a headstand and vibrate like that and show up like that. And you know, sometimes when you do a headstand and you're wearing a skirt, that skirt will naturally, you know, you just like fall down. It's called gravity. That person wasn't even waiting for her skirt to fall. She pulled her skirt asunder, and she was ready to go. And she's not the only one. There were a whole lot of videos I received from people attending the Vibes Cartel show, and that's who you, Felicia, you're gonna have to relate to that. Okay, you cannot pull your religiosity is the word. You cannot pull no religion and talking about no God and dealing with. I should send her a photo or the video of how it is in the crevices of Barbados. The real visuals, the real ones that she would be representing. And I cannot imagine her again giving people like sardines and bread and handing out like $100 here and there. She's going to have to corrupt herself. She's going to have to become real corrupted to be efficient at being a politician in Barbados. I can't. Okay, maybe I'm giving her too much credit. I admit, maybe I'm giving her too much credit, and you know, you really don't know anyone. You don't know what she is capable of doing, but when she does what she's going to do to get this particular seat, it may be surprising to some, maybe surprising to me, but I feel from watching her in the past that for her to get that dirty, it's dirty. When you put the word dirty in front of any kind of stuff you're saying about someone, let's say someone is bad and you say, no, they're not bad, they're dirty. That means something, and you have to really get dirty to become a politician, especially in a place like Barbados. And for her to put her hat in that race and say, yeah, I'm willing to get down with what I need to do to get this seat. It's shame on you, Felicia. Shame on you. You should not even be in politics. Why don't you open up a church? Why don't you just go and open up a church and preach and bring souls to your sweet Jesus? Just open up a church. But for you to be in politics, for you to actually throw your hat in that particular race of politics, it's actually a shame. It's actually really a shame. And to have him touching you, to have Ralph Thorne touching you, come on now. How low are you ready to go, Felicia? How low are you ready to go? That's my question. This is Sherry Veronica.
Help me spread the word about Naked Departure via social media. Subscribe and share to show support and love for our channels.